Good evening and thank you for joining us on the Bihar opinion poll. Yashwant Deshmukh joins us from Dubai. He's the founder of Sea Voter and the editor-in-chief of Sea Voter. He's going to give us the numbers from Bihar tonight. Joining me in the studio is Jem Rog, well-known psephologist. I'm delighted to once again introduce our election analysis team. And it's time for elections again. We can feel it in the air when Hartosh Singh Bal, Nirja Chaudhary, Ajay Bose, Arti Jerath, R. Rajagopalan all come together with Jem Rog. Thank you very much. Familiar names along with Navika Kumar, and they're all with us now. And Sabha will also join us tonight. You know, things can change in politics. Someone goes up, someone goes down. But the one thing that stays the same and gets better every year is the Times Now election panel. And I'm so happy to have such a panel, a wealth of experience with me once again as part of our coverage. And joining us also today from the BJP is GVL Narasimha Rao, a man for numbers himself. He's done so much polling in his life, professional life, before he's turned a full-time politician. So he knows the numbers. I don't know if he'll challenge them. Pawan Verma of the JDU. Congress is fielding Ajay Kumar on the debate. We won't waste much time. And by the way, this is all leading up to the 8th of November, big day. Right on top of the program, I leave it to the experts for Jem Rog and Yashwant Deshmukh. I'll give a brief introduction. Yashwant and Jay will take us through the findings of the poll. We won't waste time going through it part by part. We have 1 hour to go through the full numbers. Basic story at this stage is that the BJP-led alliance seems to be making some significant strides, especially last 2-3 weeks, with an increase in seats and votes since the first week of September. It has increased the seat tally from what Yashwant calculated on the 8th of September by 7 to 117 seats, which takes it 5 seats more than the RJD alliance, but it's still very close. So first, let Yashwant explain to us what has happened arithmetically, and then, Jay, you can analyze it. We'll take it forward. So, big picture, let's give the full big picture right on top. Yashwant, over to you.
It's all arithmetic and as well as chemistry, as I've always called it. You know, the NDA has the chemistry, the UPA has the arithmetic on its side, Arnab. And the numbers are going to change over every week because a simple reason, Bihar is not just one single state election like that. Bihar is, practically speaking, a Republic of Bihar with 243 individual elections happening on the ground. What we look at the macro trends from a macro perspective are going to apply at micro level for each and every seat. So what we look right now is a very tight race where the NDA is gaining momentum by the day, and they are right now in terms of vote share moving ahead of the Lalu and Nitish combined. But there are so many intrinsic things that need to be analyzed. Like if Narendra Modi's popularity is all-time high as the prime ministerial candidate, there is hardly any challenge to the popularity rating of Nitish Kumar as the preferred chief ministerial candidate as well. So Nitish is leading the CM popularity race, and Modi is leading the PM popularity race. So it's basically very much a bipolar contest. Having said that, it is going to be extremely critical to see the micro-level caste calculations and micro-level caste trends that are emerging.
Right.
Is Mr. Lalu Yadav taking the lead with his MY combination, and is Nitish Kumar really bringing on the table the Kurmi-Koiri combination, and is there a counter-polarization of the upper caste vote? This is all going to happen at the micro level for each and every seat out of the 240.
So just to summarize, for all those looking at the numbers, let me do a little bit of a quick summary here. The BJP-led alliance moves up from 102 to 117. Yeah. Is that a big number for the BJP? It appears to be a big shift, but actually it's not. It's 55 minus if you compare it to their performance in 2014. Yeah. So the BJP-led alliance is not doing as well, half as well as it did in 2014, and yet it has now inched forward. The RJD-led alliance, if you look at it from 2014, it's gone down from 124 to 112, but there is still a significant impact of the alliance because the number in 2014 was 64. If they were fight separately, and if the situation nationally were to be that it was in May 2014, then they would be just getting 64 of 243 seats. They go up to 112, but they have to fight that much harder right now. Yeah. So we are seeing a shift, but you can't really say that the BJP is doing phenomenally well compared to May. Jay, your broad analysis before we look at the numbers in detail.
I think we need to look at the big picture for the BJP. Please. Throughout the 90s and the 2000s, the BJP was a 13 to 16% party in Bihar. Yeah. In every assembly election, that has been its vote share. Now, if today evening the hypothesis we are making is that the alliance is likely to poll 43% of the vote, which means that within that the BJP's vote share, given the number of seats it's contesting, should be around 28 or 30, which is close to its Lok Sabha poll vote share of 30%. So in that sense, the real hypothesis today is BJP emerging as one of the dominant polls in Bihar, much like it was in UP in the 90s with a 30% vote share and a combination of forwards and backwards. Yeah. So even if that is achieved, we would say the BJP's experiment, the gambles that Amit Shah has taken have succeeded. Yeah, that's the way I would look at it.
Yeah, I would also add to that. Let's get Navika into this. That if I compare this to 2014, then despite a 4% increase, Navika, in the BJP's vote share, the party loses 55 seats, indicating that the index of opposition unity has gone up. Now, we've also had the entry of a separate SP-led alliance. I don't know how much it will work, but the disgruntled elements could go to that alliance. Then the All India MIM has also announced its entry in the Bihar elections on the 12th of September. So will an increase in the BJP-led alliance's vote share since then appear, or is it too early to say, appear like Owaisi's entry has polarized the fray in the BJP's favor? Because when we get results like that and you don't get the breakup, there'll be speculation on what is causing the shift in numbers. Navika?
Well, it's very clear, Arnab. The fact is the fourth alliance will eat into the base of the grand alliance, that is Nitish and Lalu. That's what most experts believe at this point in time. But let me also tell you the ticket distribution, the way it's been done. For the grand alliance, they've looked at the upper caste votes to try and eat into the BJP strong base, and they've fielded 38 seats for upper caste. BJP has done the reverse. They have tried to get in the scheduled caste, where they fielded about 32 seats, 32 people, and Yadavs, 25 of those tickets going to Yadav. So each one is trying to make a dent on the other's very, very important poll base. That's going to be the real game changer here, Arnab, as I see, because however much development you talk, it's going to be the caste combinations, and the BJP is looking to make that dent into the Yadav, which in the 2014 election were undecided, gave the benefit to the BJP, and that could see over the weeks a little bit of a change as far as the BJP is concerned.
Yeah, I understand. So I want to open up the debate at this stage, and by the way, to all Hartosh and Nirja and Aja and Aarti and Mr. Rajagopalan, feel free to come in. It's an open chat and the conversation is on tonight at any point. But one point which I'd like to raise here is the whole issue of complacency. Perhaps I'd like to start with Pawan Verma on the issue of complacency, because this whole alliance's victory rests on the hope, Pawan Verma, that the JDU-RJD vote is transferable. The fact is the Congress vote is not seen to be transferable, not just in Bihar, but anywhere in India, even in Uttar Pradesh, the Congress party vote is not seen to be transferable. The fact is that this is neck to neck indicates you need to do a lot more, Pawan Verma, to really get your alliance together. Maybe you're suffering from the crisis of complacency, that you think we just put the numbers together and here we are, 45+%. You're not realizing that you're in a very, very close fight, which is getting closer. Your vote's getting split, theirs is not. Pawan Verma, are you looking weaker now than you did some time back?
Well, Arnab, I don't think we are looking weaker at all. I want to say to you that there is no complacency. Every election is a battle within the framework of democracy. We never underestimate our opponents. But I think we have reason to feel relatively confident, because two things have combined here. If you look at the arithmetic of it only in terms of cynical short-term political gain, it's one thing. But if you correlate it with a platform of social justice, then you will see that the combination of the backward classes, the Mahadalits, the Dalits, constitute a very large voice.
Yeah, but that's where the BJP is probably broken in.
I think
That's where the BJP is probably broken in, Pawan Verma, because the BJP seems to have had a long-term accumulation to its vote share. Its traditional vote share in Bihar has been around 14-15%. If this alliance is poised to poll 43%, then the only assumption is there has been a considerable gain in the BJP's vote share, which means it's probably broken into the OBC heartland. So the secular plank is not necessarily a clincher.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yes, please.
Arnab. No, that's what I wanted to say, Arnab, that essentially the BJP's vote base is shallow. Now it has added to it with alliances that it has made. But I believe there is an assumption which is wrong on their part, that merely by adding on alliance partners like Mr. Manjhi and Mr. Paswan and Mr. Kushwaha, that they have made a significant dent in the otherwise consolidated quote-unquote.
No, but you made some mistake. You're not reading something. You're not being practical about it. You're not reading something. Mr. Verma, with respect to you, you're not being practical. You're not reading something. For example, look at the Congress party. Look at how you pampered them. They have 8%. Their vote is non-transferable. You want to keep Rahul Gandhi happy. You want to keep Rahul Gandhi happy, so you give them 40 seats.
Answer that.
No. So I just want to get the other parties in. I wonder why they are being so nice to each other in the course of the debate. Feel free to come in. Ajay, do you hold yourself to blame for the current status? The fact that the numbers on the other side are dwindling, Ajay Kumar?
Last comment before you invite your panelists.
No, let's get the panelists in, please. Let's get the panelists in. Ajay Kumar. Your leader is in the United States of America. I don't know where he is. He's not campaigning. Your position is weak. You're limited to urban vote banks. Out of the 40 seats which you have, people say you shouldn't even be getting 20 because your votes are never transferable. You're the one bringing down the alliance, perhaps. Ajay Kumar, please. Ajay Kumar, feel free to come in. And GVL Narasimha Rao, as well.
Arnab, first of all, as far as Mr. Rahul Gandhi he's gone to Aspen and on a program, and I find
he should be in Katihar, not Aspen. He should be in Katihar, not Aspen. Come on. Your present situation is he should be in Purnia and Katihar. And Gaya, not Aspen. I mean, for God's sake, what are you saying? If the Bihar election is happening in Aspen, one second. What is he going to learn in Aspen? What is your leader going to learn in Aspen that he should be doing? There's a crisis in your party. You're going to lose the Bihar election like this.
In any case, that conference got over 3 months ago.
GVL Narasimha Rao. On the Aspen comment. No, GVL Narasimha Rao.
I think that conference got over 3 months ago.
But I just want to make sure that you understand, Arnab.
I do understand, sir. You don't. He should be in Bihar Sharif, not Aspen.
I want you to understand that you got
they didn't want him in Bihar.
See the way. No, you got it all wrong, because I'll tell you something.
I got it all wrong, then don't blame me. There's a man called Yashwant Deshmukh, you ask him.
You got it all wrong, I'll tell you why.
Yashwant Deshmukh, you got it all wrong, he said. Yashwant, please, you got it all wrong, the Congress said.
It's a big time wrong. First of all, the assumption. Idea of assumption is wrong because...
Mr. GVL, let me complete. The fact is that the groundswell, the people in Bihar are realizing that the Bharatiya Janata Party gives only symbolic gestures to the backwards or the Dalits.
So you realize the symbolic importance of this election?
RSS. No, and you see what will happen.
No, you've given up on the election.
Belief in the ground level, whether it is the reservation policy of the RSS, the people in the state of Bihar have come to this conclusion that they are genuinely anti-backward and anti-Dalit.
This is all theory. This is all political gyan.
I'm surprised by your perspective.
It's all political gyan. It is all theory. GVL Narasimha Rao responding. GVL Narasimha Rao.
Not at all. The BJP is trying to distance from Mr. Baba's statement.
I think the Congress does not figure in Bihar election, and he's trying to grab all the time on the program.
Mr.
Okay, let me have my say. Two of you.
You know, you have come down. Look at your Lok Sabha seats.
GVL Narasimha Rao, let him come in, please. Let him come in, please.
Two of the parties.
Let him come in, please. Yeah, go ahead.
I think, okay, two parties which are representing that so-called Mahagathbandhan, Grand Alliance, are present on this panel, and the entire alliance is the name you have given on this tally is RJD plus. So this is seen as a Lalu.
You should be happy about that. You want
alliance.
No, it doesn't matter. JDU plus RJD plus. You want to see
this is what the people of Bihar, the people. No, this is RJD plus alliance. While Nitish Kumar claims to be the chief ministerial candidate, the people of Bihar see this as yet another Jungle Raj alliance. So neither Nitish Kumar has
any response. You're getting a counter from Pawan Verma. So Pawan Verma is countering you. GVL. It's an open debate. Pawan Verma is countering. You can't provoke what's very important. Pawan Verma rebutting. Pawan Verma rebutting you. Okay, let it be. Would you be happy if it was Congress-led alliance?
No, but
do you want me to call it
I have not decided the nomenclature of these alliances.
Look at the arrogance of the BJP.
I think no one looks at Nitish Kumar.
No, would you be happy if we were to call it a Congress plus alliance?
No, I think you claim to be champion, but you have blocked a prime ministerial candidate. You have blocked a prime minister who comes from the backward classes. And you
Pawan Verma, last counter before I throw it to the panel. Pawan Verma, last counter, I throw it to the panel after that. Yes, please. Pawan Verma, please. Pawan Verma, please. Let Pawan Verma come in, please. Pawan Verma rebutting you, then I need to go to the panel. Sir,
before that they were not backward, so that's also interesting.
Sir, understand the criticality of the situation.
An anti-BJP, anti-backward alliance, anti-Dalit alliance. That's how people of Bihar see you today. And you represent
the RSS BJP is anti-backward, anti-Dalit.
I would like to speak without shouting.
No, I will come to you, but if it is such an important fight, I just have one sentence please, if I may, Pawan Verma, with your permission. If it is such an important election, if it is a make or break election, if it is a life or death election, then why is Rahul Gandhi in Aspen or New York or Texas or wherever he is, why is he not fighting the election? The fact is...
only off for 2 days.
Pardon?
Then he'll be back and he'll be all the time in Bihar. So why are you getting
the conference over?
Pawan Verma, before he answers your queries.
Pawan Verma. Yeah, and then we are opening up to the panelists, please.
Pawan
Verma wanted a counter.
Without Rahul Gandhi in Bihar.
Pawan Verma wants a counter. Yeah, go ahead.
Arnab, I want to make quickly 3 points before this becomes a cacophony again. First of all, this is a state election. Polls after polls, including your own, have shown that the preference for the Chief Minister of Bihar is overwhelmingly that of Nitish Kumar. The BJP has not put up a Chief Ministerial candidate. My personal opinion is that that is a great lacuna as far as their credibility and ability to influence voters are concerned. The Prime Minister cannot take additional charge of Bihar. So this is an important factor to bear in mind.
Despite that they are ahead. My counter to you would be, and I now need to open this up to the panel, sir. It won't be fair to the other panelists. Ajay, no, 1 second. I can't let you make 3 points. Pawan Verma, I'll come to you. Pawan Verma, let's open up to the panelists, please. Allow me to please get in the others because I've not got them in. Everyone wants to have their say. Ajayda wants to get. Sankarshan Thakur also joining us. Yes, Ajayda, please.
Arnab, there are 2 things we are looking at. One thing, in the poll they are saying that Nitish Kumar is obviously the most preferred chief minister because there is no actually alternative chief minister which the BJP has posed to him. Number one. On the other hand, we have the BJP as the only party which is really new to Bihar, claiming that it can change Bihar. All the other parties have been tried and tested, so they have that advantage there.
Novelty
factor. That is why this is what is going to be the more important one, whether the chief ministerial preferential will be the most important one, or whether
doesn't appear to be the
Bihar
case.
will go for a change.
It doesn't appear to be the case. Yes, Sabha wants to come in. By the way, can I pull up a graphic? Can I pull up a graphic? A graphic question was asked. Who is best suited to be Bihar's chief minister? This question is also asked. Yashwant, interesting finding. Sabha, before I come to you, this question asked, who is best suited to be Bihar's chief minister? Has there been much shift on that, or is Nitish still the way out leader as far as that is concerned? One quick comment from Yashwant. And how that links to the big picture.
Well, Nitish Kumar is leading the pack. Nitish Kumar is leading the pack all the way, and it is very interesting to observe that even every fourth NDA voter picks up the name of Nitish Kumar as his or her more preferred CM candidate. But it doesn't mean that every fourth NDA voter is switching over his or her vote to UPA just because he or she prefers Nitish Kumar.
That is the point. You see, so they are resting too much on the fact. They are resting too much on the fact. Sabha, we wanted to come in. Feel free to come in. They are resting too much on the fact that they have a chief ministerial face. The other side has not declared one yet, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter in the results. Yeah, Sabha.
It's really showing such fascinatingly contradictory results because on the one hand, Nitish Kumar has a very small, his own caste base, yet he does have a governance record. If he somehow manages to win this, which is very difficult, then think of him as a future prime ministerial candidate, because this is a clean-cut thing, number one. Number two, but ultimately we are still looking at castes, and the BJP has fielded 65, Navika correct me, upper caste candidates. No, having covered for 20 years every election in Bihar, I would be very interested to see if they can manage.
Let's go to Sankarshan.
If they have broken on the EBC.
Let's go to Sankarshan. Let's go to Sankarshan. Now Sankarshan.
Fielded 57 lower caste as well.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. So the fact is, Sankarshan, here's a story. We are all getting confused here. Explain this to us. Let me go to Sankarshan again and come back to you. Fact is that Modi's campaign, however limited it may be till now, and by the way, Sankarshan hasn't really picked up. He's going to start doing more rallies now. Is seeing them through. This is despite Bihar's two biggest faces, Lalu and Nitish, being part of one alliance, despite the JDU, Congress having presented themselves as a secular force against a communal BJP. It's not seeing significant traction among voters. Something's going wrong for them. Do you agree with the findings and your analysis? Sankarshan, please.
Arnab, I'm not sort of going into the numbers, but I'll just give you two or three observations that I have seen from the ground in the last 1 month or so.
Yeah.
I have been to two of Prime Minister Modi's 4 rallies so far in Bihar. The first one in Muzaffarpur and the last one in Bhagalpur. And I think he's going to do 18 or 20 more rallies.
Yeah.
My takeaway from both those rallies was that the enthusiasm for the Modi voter for Narendra Modi is undiminished since 2014.
Okay.
Now, this is for Narendra Modi, as distinct from, these are not BJP crowds, these are Narendra Modi crowds. Two, I think Bihar is in a state, I think mentally, beyond all of this, I know caste matters, I know region matters, I know individual candidates will matter in constituency, but I think whoever is credibly able to project positive change to Bihar will take the state.
Absolutely. No, come on, Sankarshan Thakur. No, 1 second. Aarti, how long do we know Sankarshan? How long do we know? I know Sankarshan. I've had the privilege of knowing Sankarshan for a very, very long time. Almost a couple of decades back when I joined journalism, Sankarshan was an icon, and we used to say that if there's one person who sticks his neck out on issues, it's Sankarshan Thakur. Therefore, we expect, until we get the deliverable we expect from Sankarshan, we'll continue to provoke him. Sankarshan Thakur must stick his neck out tonight. And instead of, Sankarshan Thakur must stick his neck out. Sankarshan, do you believe the numbers, Sankarshan? Come on, don't dilly-dally for us. You can stick your neck out. There's an upward trend for the BJP between September 8th and September 24th. It could be a very worrying sign. You have the personal experience of Bihar. If you disagree, tell Yashwant straight on his face. Numbers don't change in 3 weeks. If you agree with him, say I agree with you.
They will change. Your numbers are saying...
No, my numbers. Yashwant's
your numbers are saying they've changed over the past 2 weeks.
No, Yash...
Let's the last 2 weeks. I'm not a numbers person. I'm telling you,
but
Bihar will be taken by the side that more credibly offers change to the people.
No, but which side is that, Sankarshan?
Of course, I'm not saying
Shankarshan.
I'm losing the satellite link.
Can I ask one question to Shankarshan?
Because I'll lose the satellite link with Dubai after that.
Just one question to Shankarshan. Very pinpoint question. Shankarshan, what will happen? What will happen to Nitish supporters in the seats where Lalu Prasad Yadav is putting up its candidates? Are the Nitish supporters going to full-heartedly vote for Lalu's candidate, or will there be a middle class or upper caste division among the Nitish supporters in the 101 seats Mr. Lalu Yadav is
fence-sitters?
There is complete transfer
I can
between the alliance partners.
I mean,
I am not entirely convinced.
Can we also
by Mr. Verma's
come in?
Can I answer this question?
No, 1 second.
Can I answer this question?
Arti, Nirja, Mr. Rajagopalan. I haven't come to you. I know I've been unfair.
Yeah.
Let's give Sankarshan the outside the studio advantage right now. And let's give him one chance to redeem himself by sticking his neck out. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that the candidates' lists have just been finalized in the last couple of days.
Right.
So, But I'm telling you, Yashwant is right when he says there are going to be 243 elections in Bihar.
Okay.
Because every seat you will have consolidation on the other side.
I hand it to the Delhi studio now.
Those things. But I am saying that transferability of vote from Lalu to Nitish and vice versa is not going to happen so easily.
Okay. Watch. GVL, I'll come to you. GVL, I'll come to you. I need to hand over to the Delhi studio experts for a while. I need their point of view on the GVL. I'll come to you. Let's hand it to Hartosh, Nirja, Aarti.
Just one line.
Okay, one.
Arnab, there's a straight question I have here.
Yeah, go on, Santosh. Go on.
I just want to ask Yashwant.
One line.
You're talking about a trend here.
This is
the change in the polls.
Can I just say one sentence?
The change in the polls is still within the margin of errors. How much should we read into it? There's a 3% margin of error. The change either way is still within that margin of error. Should we be reading anything into it?
Okay.
Absolutely yes.
Right.
Absolutely yes. It was within that error range in the first round, second round and this round as well.
Okay.
So these numbers are very close to call. I am maintaining that this election is running down the wire and it is in dead eight.
That's what makes it exciting.
Aarti. You know, Yashwant said something very interesting at the beginning. He said that these numbers are going to change. And I think he's absolutely right.
Exactly.
A lot depends on how the campaign proceeds. Listen, the campaign hasn't even started heating up yet.
Agreed.
So far, they've only just settled their candidates' list. It's from next week that the campaign momentum will really start. And as the campaign proceeds, I think we will see a mood developing. Sankarshan is absolutely right. It's the side that holds out the most positive promise of change that is going to take the lead.
Okay, before I go,
I can tell you.
Let's get a sentencing from GVL, please. One second. May I please.
What do you mean by desire for change? I'm not understanding this, Arnab. Sankarshan and Aarti are both talking about change.
Arnab,
if that is the decisive thing, then 25 years you had Nitish and Lalu. If we are talking about change, then what are we talking?
I don't see, Sabha, what's contradictory about it. You've seen the Haryana model, you've seen the Maharashtra model.
You're totally missing the point. We are not talking about change in party.
It was a desire for change. No chief ministerial candidate declared, and Modi was leading. And I can give you some breaking news coming in at this moment.
The
fact is that the demand for Narendra Modi to campaign has gone up, and therefore there will be at least 4 to 5 extra rallies from the present 16 to 18.
All right, Navika, one second. Tonight, this is the opinion poll of 23rd September. Tonight, please give me one sentence to GVL Narasimha Rao. Nirja hasn't said a word. I apologize to her for having come to us so late, and neither has Hartosh, neither has surprisingly Mr. Rajagopalan. You haven't been able to. Okay, GVL Narasimha Rao, please. GVL Narasimha Rao. GVL Narasimha Rao.
Arnab, I think. Let me wear a poll analyst hat also now. I think the pollsters tend to predict elections to be close so that they have the comfort of calling it right subsequently.
No.
This has the trappings. This election, one second, this is not a traditional election. This is, I bet, this is not a traditional election where vote will happen in 243 constituencies according to entirely local factors. This has all the trappings of a national election, like you have seen in 2014, where issues dominate. And here, the principal issue is who can take Bihar ahead.
Nirja Chaudhary.
And this election is not going to go to the wire.
Okay, Mr. Narasimha Rao, you're getting a rebut. You're getting a rebut allowing that. We allow the rebut.
In the last 1 year.
Allow the rebut. No, we are allowing the rebut from. We must allow the rebut before we let him go from Dubai, please. Let's give him a rebut, please, because I think you didn't really.
I'm just saying that. Mr. Narasimha Rao could have said the same thing for the last 5 elections which happened after the Lok Sabha election, where the BJP did a very good in 4 of them. But please remember, those 4 of them had a huge anti-incumbency and a negative name to start with the chief ministerial chair. Even the BJP did not have any CM candidate. They actually built upon the fact that the opposition camp did not have a good face for the chief ministerial candidate. And the moment they came across a formidable chief minister face in Delhi, they fell flat. And they fell flat how?
All right, now Nirja, before we go to the break, Nirja, the debate is going to continue. Nirja Chaudhary and then Mr. Narasimha Rao. Let's not forget. Yes, please, Nirja. Yeah, please, Nirja.
I consider this a very, very polarized election, because even at the level of the communities, you have the forward castes and urban Bihar totally virtually with the NDA. You have a very large chunk today of the Dalits, that's the Paswans, plus the Musahars, and maybe some other smaller groups also with the NDA. And you know, Jitin Manjhi, Paswan, Ramvilas Paswan, and Upendra Kushwaha with his Kushwaha votes, they are solidly going with the NDA from all accounts. The Yadavs are very largely going with Lalu. The Muslims are going almost totally with the Mahagathbandhan. And Mr. Owaisi's value will be not to cut into the Muslim vote so much as to polarize the Hindu vote. Now, the card is in the hands of the extremely backward castes, who are anywhere between 24% to 30%, almost 1/3. More than half of them have voted for Mr. Modi in the 2014 election. If they go with the NDA substantively, then the NDA has an edge.
Okay, I'll give Mr. Rajagopalan before the break.
I'm just glad Nirja said that.
Mr. Rajagopalan,
Mr. Rajagopalan,
Pappu Yadav and OIC, they are helping BJP. They are outshining this BJP. And they are also running Mr. Pawan Yadav, Pawan Verma. Pawan Verma is silent because Pappu Yadav and OIC will cut JDU votes. Why Pawan Verma is keeping quiet now?
Because I'm not allowed to speak. Allow me to speak.
You have no answer. You have no answer, Pawan. You have no answer.
Please allow me.
You have no answer.
Okay. Pawan Verma. This is fascinating. By the way, can I say one thing? 30 minutes into the debate, two fascinating. Pawan Verma. 2 fascinating events have happened in the last 30 minutes. The first most fascinating thing is that nobody's been able to, everybody has stopped Mr. Rajagopalan from saying anything till 35 minutes. That's a world record. That's a world record. A second. No, you can put your head in your hand. The second point, however, is on a more serious note. Viewers, people are saying what's changed in 2 to 3 weeks. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, it is in this period that the NDA has announced its seat-sharing formula. It is in this period that the BJP kept 160 seats for itself. Why should I not believe that has had a bearing of the BJP's upward trend since September 8th? It is by far the dominant player in the NDA alliance. Why wouldn't the votes go? Why wouldn't the voters see a greater room for stability there? Just putting that up there when we come back. 2 minutes. We're continuing this debate. Don't go away. Just back on the Bihar opinion poll. Prakash, is this alliance now breaking apart, not looking effective enough, or too premature to say that? Okay, we lost the link there. Let's put this question there. We were in the middle of an interesting point out there where I had raised one question on whether Jay. Okay, Jay, the fact is 160 seats BJP kept for itself. That's what changed the last 3 weeks. Possible?
A number of other factors. One is that BJP's ticket distribution has been very judicious, taking about 24 Yadavs on their side, many more ABCs on their side. I think that's helping them.
Okay, so
the other phenomenon that I'm reminded of is, when the BJP wanted a majority on its own for the first time in Rajasthan, they worked out something called a Formula 56. They actually focused on seats that never won and really worked strategically towards winning those
How many such seats are there in Bihar this time for the BJP?
See, there are a number of seats where the BJP did not have even a party machinery for a long time.
Yeah, so over 100.
So over 100, obviously. They contested 102 last time.
Yeah.
So It is likely that the BJP gains not only out of the caste-based ticket distribution, but also out of a formula 56
Now, it may be a bit premature, so we're debating what... okay, go ahead, Sabha. It's a free-wheeling debate.
I want to make a point. I'm not understanding. I'm really baffled, and I want an answer from Sankarshan, who's actually been there and done wonderful reports from there. How can the Bihar has a very small percentage of upper caste. UP is something 22%, Bihar it's 11%. How can we talk about reflection of good caste if the BJP has given 65 seats to upper caste people? I just want to understand, is there not going to be a reaction? I haven't gone there yet. I'd like Sankarshan to explain this to me.
Arnab,
Sankarshan, I'm really looking for an answer.
Yes. May I answer that?
Go ahead.
May I answer, Sabha?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Of course, there'll be a reaction, Sabha, but the BJP, please understand that in the years that the BJP has been in power with Nitish Kumar since 2005, and this is a point everyone misses, they have, from 2005 to 2012, 13, even now, they have been able to expand massively in Bihar. Thanks to being in government with Mr. Nitish Kumar, organizationally, in terms of their penetration of the EBCs, if you remember, from 2007 to 2012, the BJP held specialist kind of sabhas for this Mahadalit caste, that Mahadalit EBC caste, this caste. So they have really, the machinery has worked to penetrate. So it's not merely an upper caste party. And you know what Mirza was saying, that all the vote that is breaking.
Arnab,
no. You know, there are the upper castes are joined by a whole lot of Mahadalits. There are EBCs. Now the EBCs are an X factor in this election. Who is able to swing them, in purely speaking in caste terms, who is able to swing the majority of the EBC? We call them Pachpanya. There are 55 or so EBC castes. They're called Pachpanya in the Bihari lingo. So, but the BJP is no longer just an upper caste party with 11-12% of following.
Well, I thought the BJP would be upset with these results.
But the
watch it. GVL Narasimha Rao. Oh, it's an open debate. Please let the others come in. In January this year, I'd like to remind our viewers.
Sankarshan,
no cross-questioning. No cross-questioning. GVL Narasimha Rao. No cross-questioning.
My question is not the social base. My question is number of seats. I'm finding it a bit odd.
No, GVL.
Number of seats given to upper caste in Bihar where people react on these bases.
Sabha.
That is my, not the expanding.
Sabha, your point is taken.
That will happen, Sabha. Which is why it is 243 elections. That will happen. You're right to think that.
Yeah, but Sabha, as I hand it over to GVL Narasimha Rao, just keep in mind that in January this year, the BJP have themselves set a target of 185 in the Bihar elections. The projections are showing it's neck to neck. So far from the 185 they had projected, the jury is still out on who takes Bihar, and maybe the numbers you're quoting should be part of that analysis. GVL Narasimha Rao, please, quickly, please. Yeah, GVL.
And may I respond after that, please?
Coming to you, sir, after GVL.
The mistake that everyone would be making, the mistake would be to see this as a traditional election. That's how everyone was seeing the Lok Sabha poll in UP. And that's how everyone saw Lok Sabha poll in Bihar. That's a traditional situation.
So what do you mean by traditional, non-traditional?
Number one. Number two, Nitish Kumar became Chief Minister because we projected him as Chief
Good question.
Minister.
What was Delhi? A traditional, non-traditional election? No. Ajay Bose throws a counter question to you. Was Delhi non-traditional or traditional? Ajay, listen to Ajay Bose's counter, please. Ajay Bose's counter. Good point.
Just one question. Was it traditional or non-traditional, the Delhi election?
No, I'm coming to you. Yes, please. Yeah.
No, was it traditional or non-traditional? Just one question. Delhi. Narasimha Rao.
I'm sure you know the answer.
No, he doesn't know the answer.
Delhi never votes on
non-traditional. Forget the result.
Delhi doesn't vote on caste.
Give us an answer, na?
It's certainly an issue.
Was it traditional or non-traditional?
It was not a traditional election.
Okay, wanting to come back to the debate. Wanting to come back to the debate at this point, Neerja Chaudhary, then Pawan Verma. In that order, Neerja Chaudhary.
I don't know whether
Neerja Chaudhary, please. Neerja, no, slowly, Neerja.
What I would like to watch out for once the campaign gets underway is how the recent kerfuffle on the whole issue of doing away with reservations or giving a timeline to them, what impact it actually has on the OBCs and the
EBCs. Good point. Pawan Verma respond. Pawan Verma to that.
Very critical issue.
Pawan Verma to that. Pawan Verma to that.
I agree with you.
No, Pawan Verma. Ajay, one second, please.
Let me tell you, Arnab.
Yeah. Ajay Kumar after Pawan Verma, please. Please let your alliance partner speak. Yeah.
30 seconds only. 30 seconds only. First of all, what Nirja just raised is an important point, because although the BJP has been trying to build a coalition which combines the upper caste with some segments of the backward or the Dalits, the truth is that in terms of perception, it is still seen as a largely upper caste party. Now, with the recent statement of Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, where he has questioned the very basis of reservations, this is going to have a huge resonance in Bihar, because reservations are directly correlated to social justice.
You'd like it to be that way.
Second point, very quickly.
You'd like it to be that way.
No, I'm saying it is going to be. It is going to be. Second point, very quickly.
No,
Second point, very quickly.
No, counter, sir. Time limited.
Very quickly, yes, because I have sat quietly for 20 minutes now. Second point. There's a big difference between 2014 and now in terms of Mr. Narasimha Rao said. In 2014, Mr. Narendra Modi's impact was the wild card, and it succeeded beyond all expectations. This time when Mr. Narendra Modi is coming after 15 months of non-performance, the impact is far more limited.
Okay, counters now, limited time. Allow the counter. Allow the counter, please. Allow the counter, please. No. GV Narasimha Rao must be allowed to counter.
I can think of.
Okay.
If 9 years,
I think on the contrary,
the anti-incumbency trend.
On the contrary,
and people want a person.
Okay, please. No, okay, please. GV Narasimha Rao, please.
But
GVL Narasimha, I'm coming to you, sir. GVL.
Contrary to what Mr. Pawan Verma says, Prime Minister is far more popular today. He's attracting million-plus crowd.
No, he's not.
And
Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar on the counter.
Organizing a rally.
Ajay Kumar on the counter.
Going and addressing rallies.
On this counter, Ajay Kumar. Counter from Ajay Kumar.
Understand.
Prime Minister is pulling in crowds of more than a million.
Party have not understood that the Prime Minister's popularity is...
You have understood, that's why your leader has gone away.
And the important part is...
Your leader has run away because he knows what is the ground situation.
First question is,
and the alliance partners don't want him to come back.
You're so
I have a question for Pawan Verma.
You're so scared of Rahul Gandhi that you keep taking his name.
If he's scared, why is he in Aspen?
No, the PM
we are just trying to tell you what his status
worry
is.
About Narendra Modi.
We are showing a mirror to you.
Please worry about Mr. Narendra Modi.
We are showing a mirror to the Congress party.
Every day.
How your own alliance partners consider Rahul Gandhi to be an embarrassment.
Has been exposed as a non-performer. Please worry about Mr. Narendra Modi.
Okay, 1 second. No, 1 second. Gentlemen, limited time. I have 1 minute. I have 1 minute. Okay, 1 second. Aarti Jairat, 1 second. If Rahul Gandhi, I have one question now. If Rahul Gandhi is so effective, if Rahul Gandhi is the wildcard entry, if Rahul Gandhi is the Brahmastra, if Rahul Gandhi is the difference between winning and losing, if Rahul Gandhi is what the people of Bihar are pining for, if Rahul Gandhi is what the people of Bihar are pining for, then why is he in Aspen? Okay now, Aarti Jairat, the Aspen elections are not in Aspen.
Tell me today in the villages of Bihar, who do the EBCs and Mahadalits fear the most? Isn't it the Yadav? Aren't they scared of the return of the Yadav to dominate, exploit and oppress them? I think that's a big factor that you're fighting against.
Of the domination of the other caste.
Hartosh, okay, 1 second. 1 minute left extending this. Hartosh, everyone, before I close.
In Bihar.
Arnab, one thing, listening to Mr. Narasimha Rao and listening to the BJP, they've clearly learned from Delhi that between a bad candidate and a chief minister who's strong, it is much better to pit Modi directly against the chief minister.
Okay,
but this is a very
let's get
high wire act. This is a very high wire act because If it doesn't succeed,
Arnab,
the BJP has a lot to lose, and suddenly they'll start thinking of this as a caste election if they lose.
Absolutely. Arnab, for the BJP, it's a big test, very clearly. But for the Grand Alliance, for me, the biggest assumption that the Grand Alliance makes is that every vote of Nitish Kumar is transferable to Lalu Prasad Yadav and vice versa. That is the big econometrics model assumption that the entire model is based on, and that could yield results.
Vice versa. What about the Mahadalit vote and vice versa? It applies both ways. And secondly, then how do you assume that Manji's vote will get transferred? How are you making that assumption? I mean, if you're saying that it will not get...
Okay, Nirja. One at a time.
Ajoy Kumar, sorry. A lot of votes, Mahadalit and EBC votes went to the BJP in 2014.
It will not go to Congress.
Number one. And number two, any big surprise.
The biggest surprise there, Ajay Kumar, is also that Nitish and Lalu have been contesters against each other. They haven't been friends in the past. That's also going to play a role in the minds of their own voters.
Okay. You see what happened after 2014 by-election? When JDU, Congress and RJD were fighting together?
Do you think there's a possibility?
How did that happen, and how was the result 60-40 in favor of
BJP said nasty things about
JDU, Congress alliance?
Who has more to lose if they lose? Nirja, last word to you. Who has more to lose if they lose?
Why is that different from now?
Who has more to lose if they lose?
No, who has more to lose if who loses?
Who has more to lose?
Yes, of course. Of course. That's clear.
The stakes are too high for the NDA.
No, I mean, the stakes are very high for both sides. Both have a lot to lose.
I have a suggestion. Please, may I have a suggestion. If unity is what they seek to project, then why don't Rahul, Nitish and Lalu jointly come into our studios? We do a chat with them. Rahul, Nitish and Lalu can do a joint session. If Rahul can't come himself, we can video conference him from Aspen. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me on this debate on the